falling carefree from my worries. Swear that happy is growing on trees, chasing cheap thrills out for the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to do, this will probably be a very quick and short video. I just kind of wanted to share how I clean my acrylic brushes. I have to clean my brushes and my implements today, so I figure I show you and share you how I clean my acrylic brushes. And I do this quite often. I try to keep them clean. Even though I have a good amount of acrylic brushes, I just like to keep them clean and have them available for when I need them, especially these, because these are that silver handle German Helinski nail brushes, and they are my favorite out of all the brushes that I have. I love all my brushes, but these are my most favorite. So it's a very simple step for me. I don't, when you see this, you're going to see that I don't really go through as many steps as other people might go through with their brushes. I know a lot of them take the time to shape them after using different products, and because this is hair, they also condition it. I've never tried conditioning my brushes for the simple fact that I am going to be using them for acrylic application, and I didn't want, and I don't know if adding oil to them will mess around with that application, so I never really took a risk in that. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it, and maybe someday I'll try it, but right now it's not my thing. So the only thing I really do is clean my brushes. I'm going to show you guys how I do that in fast motion, and if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try my best to answer them. I've stated before that this is my first dapping dish I ever purchased off of Amazon. I think it's a great deal. It's about $7 and it's about true to size. It's about 2 inches in height, and I think maybe 2 inches in width as well. And it comes with this lid, and I quite enjoyed this one. I mean, I outgrew it. I decided that I was just going to keep this for cleaning my brushes only. I have other dapping dishes now that I also enjoy, but I still enjoy this one to clean my brushes. So what I have in here is the Tammy Taylor brush cleaner, and I've stated on my previous haul when I showed that to you that that is my preferred nail brush cleaner. It's never failed me. What I do is I thoroughly clean them the first time, and you're gonna see it's a very simple step for me, and then I wait until they dry. I check them again, and if they need another cleaning, I do that as well, because as you can tell, you know, the acrylic really does get in the brush, and so I try to make sure that I'm getting it in between the hairs, that I'm really getting all that acrylic out. Okay, so I'm not gonna try and do it too in of a fast motion. I'll keep it at a decent speed so that way you can see what I'm doing. This is the only thing that I really use to kind of push off the acrylic that may be stuck in the hairs. I don't do this. It's plastic. It's a tweezer that came with one of my first stones that I ever bought in Amazon, and I found it very helpful to clean my brushes because it doesn't really damage the hairs. So I gently kind of like, how can I say it? I kindly put slightly, not slightly, oh my god, gently, kind of like push out the acrylic, and you'll see what I'm doing in the video. And I'll explain it again once I'm done. So you're going to see all this in fast motion. And once I do that, I lay them down in this tray. And these are those towels that I talked about that has that plastic on the other side. That is what I use to wipe off my brush when I'm doing my application. I also use it to lay down my brushes down sideways so that way they dry out. So I'm going to put this aside over here, and you guys are going to see me clean my brushes in fast motion as I keep reiterating. So let me just put these aside and we'll do one at a time. And guys, I decided to leave real time on the first acrylic brush so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. And what I'm doing specifically here is, and I don't know how to explain this, you know when you're using your acrylic brush to take the bubbles or the air from in between the bristles, when you're dipping it in your monomer in your dapping dish, you do that to get all the air or bubbles, and I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but that is the motion I'm doing. And I'm doing it several times because what I want to do is I want to open the hairs up so that the solution gets in between every single hair and cleans and softens or weakens that acrylic so that I can safely remove it. So that's what you see me doing there. I'm spreading the hairs and I flip the brush so that I can do it both ways, both sides. And I'm just pressing it gently. I'm not doing it hard, just gently doing it, spreading the hair. And I think of it as if when I'm washing my actual hair, which I do each section, I try to thoroughly clean from root to tip. And that's how I envision what I'm doing in this step, if that makes any sense. And then with the plastic tweezer, I gently push out whatever acrylic is still left in the brush, if that all makes sense. This is how I shape my brush. I just gently swipe whatever solution is still left out of my brush, and I shape the brush to my liking, and that's it. That's all I do. I don't put anything extra in the brush. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get some wipes, and I'm going to get my alcohol. And this is not for the brush tip itself, it's actually for the handle, because I think we forget that the handle is still touching liquid monomer, and so we want to clean that off the handle, and that's what you're going to see me do right here. I'm just gonna repeat the steps over and over until I've cleaned every single brush. And that, you guys, is how, oh, and pardon the mat, because anytime acetone, excuse me, or any type of product that is similar to, oh my gosh, a liquid, the nail liquid, excuse me, the monomer, it kind of deforms this and bubbles up, but it goes back to normal. So don't worry. It's silicone, it's gonna happen, but it'll flatten out over time. But that is how I clean my brushes. And you guys, this is how I lay them down. Oh, why is this brush acting up? Why does it refuse to not stay the way I shape it? Hopefully it doesn't continue to do that, because as it dries, I don't want the hairs to permanently dry that way. I want them to stay shaped. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to come back later to kind of check them out and make sure that I did get all the acrylic out of the brushes. And if I still see that there is acrylic in them, then I'm going to do the whole process all over again, just because I want to make sure that my brushes are clean. So this is how I clean them. And once again, I don't put anything in after, like some people have been doing the shaping with soap or some sort of special liquid that they've made for you to shape your brushes. I don't. This is how I shape it. I just swipe it and pat it into the shape that I am used to using them, and that's pretty much it. And that's it. I don't add anything else. They sit with the rest of my brushes, and aside from them maybe you know, touching each other while they're sitting in the thing, see, like it stays shaped. Like this is one that I've already cleaned. This is my number 8 of my silver brushes, and it's just sitting there, but it stays shaped. It stays in the shape. So but anyhow, now I'm gonna just put this in a safe place for it to dry, and then I'll be back to show you how I clean my implements. Okay, you guys, so this is a shoebox, okay, and I store my I forget what this container is called, but I know it's a tray, and I've seen this on YouTube. A lot of people use it. It has, you put your barbicide in there, and this is the tray where you put your implements, and I have them in here to sanitize. I have to take this out. I normally put a new sticker to kind of tell me for how long this barbicide is good for. This was the last time I cleaned all of my implements. I have a tray where I keep all my soiled implements. But what I do is I take, and let me just show you. This is where I put all the implements I've used in every video, even if it's used on my practice hand, they all go in here to get cleaned. So they're all here, they need to be cleaned. And so what I do is, once I see that I've accumulated enough and it's time to clean them, I decide to go ahead and do them all at once. So what I do is, in this shoebox, I put in hot water, and I put my soap, which is my Dawn soap. I use this soap to clean it, and with my brush, excuse me, with my brush, and it's time, it's already, you know, you could tell it's been used. With this brush, I clean all of my implements in here in the hot water. Once, and I'll show you, but I just kind of want to explain what I'm doing, because I'm not going to be talking through the process. I'm just going to show you once I do the process, and I just want to tell you now what I'm doing. So I fill this up with hot water, I put some soap, I put on my implements, and one by one I scrub them in here, and on the top of the shoebox I lay a towel, and once I rinse off my implements, I put them on here on top of the towel. And then once I'm done doing that, my barbicide has already been mixed and it's already here. And I put all of my implements here, and then I put them in here and wait 15 minutes for my implements to sanitize, and then carefully with gloves, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, that's the alcohol from cleaning my brushes. And I also put this in the barbicide because it's plastic and nothing's gonna happen to it, but it still needs to be sanitized because I did clean, you know, my implements, my dirty implements with. So I also added in here. And once I'm done with that and I rinse everything off, I leave my barbicide in here for the 10 days that it's good for. I've done a little bit of research on sanitizing your implements, and that's what they said, that the mixture, it's good up to 10 days. So that's why you saw the little sticker there. So what I normally do is once I'm done doing everything, I put my sticker on here, and after I clean this with Clorox, I place the barbicide in here and I store it where I normally keep it, put the lid on it, and I store it away because I don't want my kids to get their hands on it. So I store this away in my office, tucked away where no one can see it, especially my girls. And within those 10 days, if I have to clean my implements again, I already have the barbicide. I just come here and get it. I clean my implements and dip them again in the barbicide. But the sticker helps to let me know, oh, the solution already expired. I need to do a new mix. So obviously that's what I have to do now. Excuse me. And I don't know if you want to show me to show you how I do my mix, because I always have to I wrote it down, so I have to go get the measurements for it and do the solution. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up everything in the sink, so that way you guys can see me do the whole process.
Right, left.
Let me show you how we roll, yeah. We make it get in drive, ride it like a Maybach. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. And when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. No, double up, oh no, we can't stop now. Throw your worries out the window. Cause when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Kick it in drive, ride it like a Maybach. Baby, I'ma put the work in, yeah. Our cut goes out, I go to service, yeah. Cause anything worth the work is worth it. Want you to slide in my lane, no foot on the brake. I got the keys, we gonna ride it all night. Hop in the coupe, we gon' dust this place tonight. Alright, if I'ma put the work in, yeah. Baby, ignition, you can turn it. Sometimes it gets a little lonely. Like there's someone next to me up in the front seat. You're looking for some trouble, I think I got what you gon' need. Be my Toyota 41. You'll be riding like the queen. Do you wanna be my only? Cause I think there's some backwards you can show me. If you ride with me, I can show you how we roll, yeah. When we kick it in drive, ride it like a Maybach. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. And when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. No, double up, oh no, we can't stop now. Roll your worries out the window. Cause when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Kick it in drive, ride it like a Maybach. Super fly like a jet plane, ride night like Spade. Simple fact, you the best pay. You and I, we the best kid. No one else, you know I'd rather ride with than you. The only one I want crossing my heart, you know that's the truth. Right on the edge, I get knife and go and chop, chop. Cause when we hit the door, no one ever stops, stop. We'll be clipping in the corner, no, you got one for two. Come and roll with me, you know I'ma show you how we do. No, when we kick it in drive, ride it like a Maybach. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. And when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Slide it to the right, slide it to the left. No, double up, oh no, we can't stop now. Roll your worries out the window. Cause when we kick it in drive, we ain't never turn back. Kick it in drive, ride it like a Maybach.
So I'm back at my desk and I have all my implements on my towel drying. I've put my little barbicide bin in my shoebox, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create a label, putting the date range as to how long this particular mixture is good for. So bear with me 1 second while I do that. So today is May 9th, and it's good to May 19th because it's only good for 10 days. So that's the date range right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and print out my label. Come on, print. It doesn't really matter where on here it is at. I just plop it anywhere as long as the date range is there. And that's it. Once my implements are dry, I put them away in their appropriate areas, and then I take back my lid, put it here, and I store it away safely where my children can't get to it. And the reason I leave it in the shoebox is because in case, God forbid, there is any spillage, the shoebox will protect, you know, the area where this is stored. So I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I am back. I want to check on the brushes to see. I have a feeling I'm going to have to clean them again, only because this one just gives me that impression. I feel like, yep. I'm not sure if you guys can see that little glimmer. That means that there's still some acrylic stuck in there. So I definitely have to do that one again. That one has just a little tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can see. So I'm going to do that one again. And that one has just a little tiny bit right there. But the majority of the brush is clean. As you can tell, there's no other acrylic anywhere else. So I know that's not a big deal to maybe not to anyone else, but it is to me. So like I said, I like to thoroughly clean them. I definitely need to clean this one, and this one has just a bit, just like this one. But just to make sure, you know, that the next time I use my brushes, that, you know, there is no interference as far as the application. So I'm gonna do it real quick, and I'm only gonna do it once. I'm not gonna do it twice like I did the first time, because obviously the majority of the brush is clean, and it's only been, I want to say, about an hour or so. So let's go ahead and clean these again. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of research on that brush. I don't know why I keep seeing hairs, and I knew when I had cleaned it the first time I saw hair in this solution, and as I was cleaning my silver handle brush, it looks like it mixed in, and I don't know, this is just me assuming it may have mixed in while I was trying to clean it, and I thought it was coming off of that brush. But as you can obviously see, the hairs continue to come off the not polished Kolinsky nail brush. And so I'm gonna do a little bit of research. I'm probably gonna ask them, like email them and just let them know, hey, you know, I mean, I have one hair here, one hair here, one here, and another here from before. So, I mean, not from before, from just now. So, and this is the second time it happens on camera. So I'll reach out to them. I'll be back to just kind of put things in their place and do the outro. So you guys, we've reached the end of today's video. That is how I clean my nail brushes. That's how I clean my implements. And just as a disclaimer, and I probably should have said this in the beginning of the video, I do not claim to know everything, okay guys? This is stuff I learned researching it on my own through YouTube, trying to learn these things so that I'm not just eventually going to be using it in the future, but that, you know, I'm also taking care of my own nails. So, and of course, taking care of the things that I've invested a lot of money on. So I'm not a licensed technician. I've already said that in plenty of my videos. I'm not an educator. I am not taking any clients. At the moment, it's just my hands and a family member's hands. And that's it. I don't see anyone else, but I still recommend that even though you don't have a constant clientele like that, that, you know, you practice these things so that when you get there, you're ready. You're ready to do all those things. You're used to it. So that's what I've been doing. This is how I do it. That's how I clean my brushes. This is how I clean my implements. If I'm doing something wrong and you guys are licensed technicians and you are a very busy one with a high clientele, and I'm doing something that's not appropriate in the business, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't want to misinform anyone. Once again, this is how I clean my implements, how I clean my brushes. This is how I do it here at Lizzy's Nails. So I'm not asking everyone else to do what I do. I'm just letting you know how I do it. So I'm sure you guys understand and get what I'm saying. But this is the end of the video. If there's any anything else that's nail related that you want to see, just put the request down below and I'll try my best to do that for you. Otherwise, I have a few videos already planned. I'm a multitasker, so I'm multi-recording many at the same time. So if I seem like clashing into one topic and the other, excuse that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me and giving some of your time to me today. And I hope you're safe. I hope you're blessed. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.